Hey, welcome back.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
This is Lipstick and Coffee. We're the Soma Sisters. I'm Tamara.
I'm Nina. Sorry. Stuffy. I was like, I'm Nina.
Let's start that
one over because that was a good one.
This podcast is not an alternative for mental health assistance and or counseling with a licensed professional. For any specific medical questions about your condition and or concerns, please contact your healthcare provider.
Okay. So welcome back. This is Lipstick and Coffee, and we're the Soma Sisters. I'm Tamara.
I'm Nina.
And today we're going to go over the last pillar of our 4 pillars of stuffness.
Pillars / core beliefs, right? In case people are just tuning in, let's mention the other 3.
Okay. So we'll do them all 4 because this is the last one, right? So these are based on core beliefs that we all actually have. I'm going to say that. I'm going to speak for all of us. If you don't actually have any of these, please let us know. Happy to hear from you. But typically, human beings sort of develop these core beliefs at a young age, and they kind of look like this. The first one is, I'm not okay, or there's something wrong with us. The second one is that I'm alone. The third one is, it's my fault. If something bad has happened, it probably has something to do with me. I'm to blame. Nina's getting ready for the fourth.
The fourth one just hurts to hear it.
The fourth one hurts to hear it. The fourth one is this, that our pain has purpose. That's not really a core belief. That's the opposite of a core belief. Oftentimes we believe that when we feel pain, that indicates that there's something wrong with us, that we're doing something wrong. In fact, it's the opposite, that our pain actually has purpose. And today we're going to just introduce that to you. Yeah.
I was just going to say, it's not, it doesn't hurt me now. I feel it because for so long I didn't understand that, because pain can be physical, mental, emotional, right? And try telling anybody that's in pain, your pain has purpose, right? Like, you're going to get punched in the face. That's not taken, when you don't understand it, it can just trigger you and hurt you more and make you angry. And so it's like, I just feel it, I can feel it. But the beautiful part is that it does make sense now. And that's what we want to do, is help other people, help it make sense for them. Raise that awareness, open that up for them, that, hey, oh, wow, if it wasn't for that pain, this wouldn't be, if it wasn't,
So actually, I have a bit of an experiment that we could do, and I invite everyone to do this. Think about the most important thing you've ever learned about yourself or the world. So, do you want to give it a shot? What's maybe the most important thing that you've learned about yourself, or the most valuable lesson you've learned?
There's so many, really.
Yeah, maybe I can think of one. So
they're usually profound, right? They're big.
Yeah.
If you think of, go ahead. I'll try to think
I mean,
of one.
a very general one is I've found out that I'm pretty resilient.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
That things happen and I find a way through, and that's actually reassuring to me. That's comforting. So I have evidence when I look back over my life that, having to move, maybe losing a job, all kinds of different situations that have come up in my past that were really having serious health issues. They were all very difficult, all involved lots of pain. But looking back at the end of the day, I realized that I'm actually quite resilient. And so that's given me some comfort and given me evidence that I don't necessarily have to be so worried about the future, because I can demonstrate that, well, I've dealt with this stuff, so most likely I'll deal with what's coming.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just hard when you are in the dealing with it, it's hard to see outside of it, right? It's hard to see a future. It's hard to see that the way it is right now is not the way it's always going to be.
And that's the second most important thing about understanding that our pain has purpose. We have to somehow know or be reminded that it's not always going to be that way.
I think I'm remembering when I was using that example about if you fall and you break your leg or your foot or something gets dislocated, in order to make it better, it has to go back into place, right? Is this I don't remember if this is the one I was talking about, if it had to do with the pain one, and how when you're getting that bone put back into place, it is like excruciatingly painful. However, that having that done is what allows that bone to now set properly and heal.
Yeah.
So
that's another example.
I don't know if I know there's another one. I just can't think of it right now. Sorry. So it's like this is.
But yeah, no, it's true that pain
doesn't make sense while it's happening. Always, it actually probably never makes sense while it's happening. You know, we want to run from our pain. We want to get away from it as quickly as possible.
So there's two things that I'm seeing that are involved in that. The first is that it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it may be that we've grown up in a situation or an environment where we weren't necessarily supported in our pain.
Right.
Or the people around us had really good intentions but sent the message to us somehow that, you know, we're not supposed to feel pain, that it indicates that there's something
you're
wrong
fine.
with us.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
Get over it. Oh, you know how many people have it worse than you?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's all sorts of ways that pain in our world is responded to. Typically, the message that we get is that it's not okay to feel pain. And if you feel pain, there's something wrong with you, and we should do whatever we can, whatever it takes to not feel the pain.
Yep. Right.
I think it's pretty safe to say that that's a societal message that we get when it comes to pain. But what you demonstrated with your shoulder example is that pain doesn't always indicate that there's something wrong with us. Right? Pain can be involved in resetting. Pain can be involved in healing. And in fact, there's a book called The Presence Process by Michael Brown. You're interested. And in that book, he says this about healing, that healing isn't about feeling better, it's about getting better at feeling.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, and the thing that typically...
because the feeling is scary. It's scary to feel it.
So so here we go. So there's the perception that if I'm in pain, there's something wrong with me.
Right.
There is an emotional response to pain. Yeah. Not only is it uncomfortable, but we may feel fear. We might be afraid of that pain. Yeah. We might be telling ourselves, there might be a story that comes with it, that this is how it's always going to be. Does that make sense?
That's familiar. Yeah.
So really, when we feel pain, experience pain, or we see someone else in pain, these things are going to typically sort of send us in the direction of avoidance.
Yeah, because pain seems to stop time.
In what way?
Right? Because any time, when I think of pain, it's just it's amplified and it's just so... You know, time flies when you're having fun. When you're having a great time, everything's great. Yeah. But when you're in pain, the moments are longer. And it's hard to bear. It's hard to bear. You know?
It's hard to bear.
You don't see anything else but that pain. You don't feel anything else but that pain.
Yeah. Yeah. And so again, we come back to, how do I avoid this? How do I get rid of this? And then what can that look like? That can look like dissociating.
Yeah.
We dissociate in lots of ways on our phones.
Yeah.
Any addiction.
Yeah. Shopping, gambling, substance abuse.
Porn.
Yeah.
Computer games. Anything that's a compulsive behavior. And a compulsive behavior meaning it becomes a conditioned reaction to move us out of discomfort, to move us out of our pain as quickly as possible. But when it's a compulsive reaction, that means that we're not actually in control of that. And when
We're not in control of that compulsive reaction.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Like, what do you do? Like, if you notice yourself, if you start thinking to yourself, like, oh, you know, I mean, like, the bills kind of aren't getting paid because I've been gambling, or, you know, or compulsive, or I'm eating so much, I'm gaining so much weight, I just can't stop myself because I know I'm an emotional eater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So an emotional eater, you mean that you're eating to soothe an emotion and not because your body needs sustenance.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. So it's about emotion, it's about discomfort, and it's about avoidance. And so what we need first is an awareness that this is even happening.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
And we can have an awareness of it and decide we're fine with this. We don't need it to change. This is where we're at right now.
I think you can have an awareness of it and still also be convincing yourself that there's nothing you can do about it, that you can't change it.
Yes.
Right? There's...
Yeah. That's a huge... I mean, that's a good point, because I think a lot of people believe that is their only option.
Yeah.
Because the alternative is too painful, essentially. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is kind of that where you're going?
Yeah, because I was just going to say, it's like, it's in layers, right? Like, just because you've made this awareness, it's like, we're going to talk about awareness and how profound it can be. However, it's layers of awareness.
Yeah.
And you can only climb the steps doing one step at a time.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're aware of it, that's one big, huge thing. That's great.
Yeah.
But your mind will play with you and be like, yeah, now you're aware of it. But guess what? You can't do anything about it. You're fucked. You're screwed.
Which might actually feel even more debilitating,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, now I'm aware of this. I know this about myself. But
Yeah, now I just feel worse about myself. Great. Yeah, now what? You know?
Yeah, we start to blame ourselves for not changing. So that's a really good point. But that whole idea that I can't change anything about it, that is exactly what a compulsive action is, right? Because we don't see any other opportunity to do it another way. And so that is the definition of compulsiveness, and the mind is really involved in that, and it will find lots of ways to continue the behavior or the action. Right? Yeah. And so then there's another, steps and steps. There's that next layer of awareness is, well, now I have to be aware of what my mind is telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So my mind is telling me that there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, that's beautiful. So now you've reached your next level of awareness. So we can be aware of our behavior. We can be aware of our emotion. And then be aware of our thoughts. What is our mind telling us? And if we bring that back to maybe one of the earlier episodes when I was talking about, the truth is in the present moment, and we experience the present moment through our bodies.
And it can be scary. It can be scary.
Yes, exactly. And so all of these things that are uncomfortable, and I'm going to even...
But it doesn't mean it's not okay. Sorry, I just had... You know what I mean? Because it's like...
So all of these things, the fear, anything that's uncomfortable, that's what I'm including when I say pain. And so, okay, we recognize this, but now that's scary, so we want to run away from it. So really what we're talking about is understanding that the discomfort, no matter what it is, will not last for eternity.
Because your brain will tell you it will.
It will.
Well, I've been in physical pain for 4 years now.
Yeah.
And it's not getting better.
Right.
So what do you say to someone, you know, like, cause I'm just trying to speak for,
So
I'm
okay,
trying to
but that's
represent.
it. No, and I'm glad you are, because we come back to what Michael Brown said, that healing is not about feeling better. Everyone wants to feel better. It's and that's a sneaky way the mind goes back to how do I avoid the pain, right? It's not about feeling better. It's about getting better at feeling, meaning getting better at experiencing the pain and knowing that it will not last forever. And I can't tell you when it's going to end, and I cannot tell you how, but I'm pretty sure that any avoidance mechanism is going to repeat, intensify, you name it, that pain.
And just prolong it.
Prolong it, yeah. So really, it's about the awareness of our thoughts, our emotions, our physical sensations, and finding some way to literally be with them as an observer and a witness. And that might mean that you need to find somebody to be with you in your pain. And that, I'm not saying that that's so easy, you're going to find it like that. But I will tell you this, you found your way here. And we've each lived pain.
Yeah.
We've each believed that we were alone in it
Yeah.
at separate times in our lives.
Yeah.
And we're coming here to you to give you this little seed, you know, maybe of hope for that part of you that kept you watching, to let you know that it's not going to last forever. There is a way through. And there is something on the other side.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why this is going to be and is an ongoing conversation. And this is why you can reach out and you can express what it is that you're thinking and feeling. And this is going to go back and forth, back and forth, back
How
and forth.
about this? What is your pain?
Yeah.
What is your pain? Either that you're experiencing now, that you've experienced in the past. We're here to hear it.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Lipstick and Coffee is not filmed in front of a live studio audience.